Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum, brothers and sisters. A rigid body that oscillates rotationally can also be in simple harmonic motion. What factors affect the body's frequency and angular frequency? To find this out, just stick around, watch and learn. The problem is a uniform solid metal disc of mass 6.50 kilogram and diameter 24.0 centimeters hangs in a horizontal plane supported at its center by a vertical metal wire. You find that it requires a horizontal force of 4.23 Newton tangent to the rim of the disc to turn it by 3.34 degrees, thus twisting the wire. You now remove this force and release the disc from rest. Question letter A. What is the torsion constant for the metal wire? Letter B. What are the frequency and period of the torsional oscillations of the disc? And question letter C. Write the equation of motion for theta with respect to time t for the disc. It's illustrated in the figure. The uniform metal disc hangs in a horizontal plane. It is supported at its geometric center by a vertical metal wire, which is attached to the ceiling. In this problem, we are given the mass of the disc, denoted by small letter m, all right, equal to 6.50 kilogram, and it has a diameter capital D equal to 24.0 centimeters, or a radius small r equal to 12.0 centimeters, right? And you found out that it requires a horizontal force, capital F, of 4.23 newtons, okay, tangent to the rim, the disc, all right? For you to be able to turn it by an angle theta 3.34 degrees. This angle theta equal to 3.34 degrees is what we call the maximum angular displacement of the disc, since the horizontal force F was removed and the disc was released from rest. We can imagine the disc and the vertical wire to oscillate in angular simple harmonic motion because the angular amplitude is relatively small. So our target variables in part A, the torsion constant for the metal wire, which we denote here as kappa. And in part B, the frequency small f, as well as its corresponding period of oscillation, capital T, right? So in this situation, this frequency small f and the period capital T pertains to the torsional oscillation, right? Uh, we said that um, because of the force that is applied at the rim of the disc, all right, a torque is produced on the system, right? So the disc rotates, right? In our diagram, it rotates counterclockwise, and at the same time, the vertical wire is somewhat twisted, right? That's why we say both the disc and the wire undergo torsional oscillation characterized by simple harmonic motion. In part C, we're also required to write the equation of motion for angle theta with respect to the time t for the disk. So, moving on into our computations, okay, we first convert the maximum angular displacement theta from degrees to radian. So we simply multiply 3.34 degrees by pi radian over 180 degrees. That is, the maximum angular displacement, theta max, is equal to 0.0583 radian, rounded to 3 significant figures. Likewise, we also compute the moment of inertia of the uniform solid disk, all right? Assuming that the center of rotation is its geometric center. So the formula for the moment of inertia of the solid uniform solid disk about the axis of rotation, which is at its center, is capital I equals 1/2 the product of its mass m and the square of the radius r. All right, where the radius r, of course, is measured from the geometric center, which is the axis of rotation, uh, to the point at the rim of the disk. That is, capital I is equal to 1/2 times the product of the mass 6.50 kilogram and the square of its radius converted in meter 0.120 meter. So when you do our math, we find the moment of inertia, capital I, of the uniform solid disk equal to 0.0468 kilogram meter squared rounded to 3 significant figures. In addition, we need to find the restoring torque denoted here by the Greek letter tau. which is equal to the vector position uh, small r cross multiplied by the force vector F, okay, relative to the axis of rotation, which is at the center of the horizontal disk. So substituting, we have for the position vector, its magnitude is 0.120 meter, cross multiplied by uh, the force vector, whose magnitude is 4.23 Newton. So when you do our math, we get the magnitude of the torque equal to 0.508 meter Newton. Or, if you wish, you can also express the unit as Newton meter. And this torque produced by the force F, all right, with respect to the axis of rotation, all right, uh, is actually equal to the product of what we call the torsion constant, denoted by the Greek letter kappa, and the angle theta, all right, for as long as the angle theta is relatively small, right? And since what we want to determine is this torsion constant kappa, so we isolate kappa and come up with this uh, equation, kappa being equal to the torque tau divided by the angle theta. And in this equation, the angle theta has to be in radian. So substituting, we have the computed magnitude of the torque, 0.508 meter Newton, divided by the angle theta, all right, which is expressed in radian, equal to 0.0583 radian, all right. In degrees, this is equal to 3.34 degrees. So when you do our math, we get the value of the torsion constant kappa equal to 8.71 meter Newton per radian. Also in three significant figures. In part B, okay, we compute the angular frequency omega of the solid disk as well as the metal wire, right? Using this simple equation, omega is equal to the square root of uh, the torsional constant kappa divided by the moment of inertia of the disk. So this simple equation suggests that the angular frequency, the system, right, that is the solid disk and the metal wire, depends on uh, the torsional constant kappa, which is a property of an elongated object such as the metal wire, and the moment of inertia of the solid disk, right? So when you substitute the values of kappa and moment of inertia capital I, we have omega equals the square root of 8.71 meter Newton per radian divided by 0.0468 kilogram meter squared. So when you do our math, we find the angular frequency omega equal to 13.6 radian per second, also rounded to 3 significant figures. So that brings us now to our computation for the regular frequency small f, okay, which is simply equal to the angular frequency omega divided by 2 pi, or 13.6 radian per second divided by 2 pi. Of course, that gives us the value of the regular frequency f equal to 2.17 hertz, or 2.17 per second, also rounded to 3 significant figures, and its corresponding period of oscillation, capital T, right, being the reciprocal of the regular frequency f, or capital T equal to 1 over 2.17 hertz. Of course, that gives us the value of the regular period, or the period of oscillation, equal to 0.461 second, rounded to 3 significant figures. See, we have our answer to the question in part C. Okay, the general equation for the angular displacement theta with respect to the time t is given here. It is equal to the maximum angular displacement, denoted by capital theta, right? It's maximum, so we indicate here that prefix maximum, then multiplied by cosine quantity omega times t plus angle phi. In this equation, the angle p is what we call the phase angle, right? Based on our situation in the problem, that this is released from rest, right? After the force F has been removed, okay, that this is released from rest. So we may say that the initial angle, which is 3.34 degrees, okay, is considered the maximum angle or angular displacement. And that is denoted by capital theta max. And that is given in the problem equal to 3.34 degrees. While the phase angle phi is considered equal to 0 because the angular velocity is 0, right? At time equals 0. And take note that the cosine function starts at the maximum angular amplitude, all right? Positive theta, as given in this sketch of the angular displacement versus time curve, right? So this curve represents one complete oscillation of the disk and the wire system. Okay? At the equilibrium position, the angular displacement, of course, is equal to 0. And below that equilibrium position, we have the negative angular displacement, right? So negative theta here is considered the maximum value for the negative angular displacement. All right? And for our case in the problem, we can express the equation, all right, as capital theta max multiplied by cosine of the angular frequency, 135 radian per second, multiplied by time t, plus the phase angle phi. And since the maximum angular displacement, or theta max, is equal to 0.0583 when expressed in radian, 3.34 degrees. But when converted to radian, it is 0.0583 radian, right? And that angle, or the phase angle P, is equal to 0. Therefore, our desired equation for the angular displacement with respect to time t will be equal to 0.0583 radian times cosine quantity 135 radian per second times the time t, which is our final answer for the question in part C. Just before we end, we have the summary of our key concept applied in this problem. In angular simple harmonic motion, the frequency small f and angular frequency omega are related to the moment of inertia capital I and the torsion constant kappa. That is, omega is equal to the square root of kappa over I, or small f, frequency small f, equals 1 over 2 pi times the square root of kappa over I. So on this note, may I say mabuhay. Till the next upload, mashallah. Thank you very much for your indulgence. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Alhamdulillah.